John C. Hinch Production Art Studios in Peoria, Illinois, VideoMax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Andrew Darling and Becca Winnie. News with Ashley Edlin and Cody Brutlag. And your Midstate reporting team. Sports with Drew Tate. On the Beat with Elizabeth Scoville. About Town with Gabrielle Balzel. Get Real with Emily Hart. Let's Eat with Kate Hall. About Crew with Tara Jabari. Cooking for Two with Emily Hart and Cody Brutlag. And State of the Arts with Simone Buckman. And now, from America's friendliest city, Midstate Magazine starts right now.
Hey, welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Andrew Darling.
And I am Becca Winning.
And it is getting warmer outside, and I love it.
I know. Talk about that 80-degree weather on April Fool's Day. I actually went outside.
Yeah, I can finally put on my shorts. Yeah, you look tan. You look very tan.
Right.
Well,
speaking of April Fool's Day, did you do anything or hear about any cool pranks? Since I know you and,
well, my April Fool's Day was a little bit less exciting this year. I did hear about a prank in New York where apparently someone put up a banner that New York was going to get In-N-Out Burger, and apparently there's a big scandal about that. A lot of people were really sad that they weren't going to get...
People love In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah, you ever had it?
I actually have, yes.
I have tasted the fruits of In-N-Out. It is delicious.
It's pretty good. I'm not a big fast food person. So.
Well, what about you? You hear anything about April Fools?
I actually had my cousin and his friend from high school visit, and I helped them out with a little prank. They'd been talking to their parents and saying, oh yeah, we went cage fighting the night before, and so with some of the theater makeup I have, I gave them bruises, and they put that up on Facebook and scared a few people.
Yes, cage fighting. That's a good prank. High schoolers cage fighting.
Well,
no, seriously.
They came up with part of it. I just helped.
Yeah, that's fine.
So.
And there's a lot been going on in Peoria.
Absolutely,
I mean,
always is.
Yeah, we're going to find out soon. So, hey, Cody, Ashley, and Drew, tell me the latest. The news is now.
Good evening and welcome to Midstate News. I'm Cody Brutlag.
And I'm Ashley Edlin. Last week we talked a little bit about the healthcare bill, but this week we hit the streets.
We asked Bradley students what they thought about the new plan. Rachel Seacrest reports.
Feel about healthcare reform?
I feel like the healthcare reform is too little too late. I also think that us young people are going to be the ones paying for it. We're going to be the ones trying to find jobs that offer benefits, and we're going to be paying obscenely high premiums.
I'm happy about it, and I'm very glad the bill got passed, and I think it's definitely something that we need.
Don't really like it much. I understand some of the reasons and that there are problems with healthcare, but for the government to come in and I guess take control.
I really think it's going to be very detrimental to our present economy and to our society. It's, I think the biggest issue with the healthcare system that we had before the law was passed was that people couldn't really get healthcare.
A late night event at Bradley had a unique attraction among the booths of cotton candy. Students were informed about the census and why it's important. They were asked to take a quick survey and were given prizes for participating.
Yeah, there's been a lot of students coming by, and I think it's important to do events like this to get the word out and to create awareness. The more that people see the census materials and so on, the more it's a reminder that when they see their census form that they need to fill it out. In the census, this is one of the shortest forms in history with only 10 questions, so it doesn't take long to fill out. It's very easy. So hopefully that'll encourage students to take the time to do that as well.
The booth answered questions about the census and stressed the importance of being counted.
After thousands of college students let themselves be counted for government financial aid, applicants eligible for the MAP grant are up 37% this year. The grant offers as much as $10,000 in awards. More than 168,000 Illinois students submitted the form, and they were due March 1st. Google is looking for markets to test their new high-speed broadband network.
Peoria may be its next stop. Andrew Darling reports.
Here at Kelleher's Irish Pub and Eatery, there's a party going on, but not your average type of party. This party is for Google.
People in Peoria get it.
They understand potentially what having this Google high-speed fiber could mean to our community. And everybody embraced it. People got very creative, and it's thanks to all of them that I think that we got as much attention nationwide as we did.
At this party, Mayor Jim Artis officially submitted the application for Peoria to become one of the possible test markets for their new high-speed network experiment. Google may choose one or several places across the United States. Peoria
It would mean everything. It would mean millions of dollars into the local economy, new high-tech jobs, application developers moving here, basically becoming the Midwest technology hub of the United States.
If Google chooses Peoria, locals could receive their fiber-to-home connections, boasting a network speed of over 1 gigabit per second. That's over 100 times faster than standard high-speed internet. According to Tim Google Cundiff, Google would be wise.
I think this would mean more to Google than it would to Peoria. All right, this is an opportunity for Google to really branch out. Google, they think they're worldwide. They've been across the country from coast to coast. They're across the world. They've got Google on the moon. They have, they have conquered so much, but they've yet to step foot in Peoria, Illinois, to the fullest potential that they could.
So will Google play in Peoria? We may find out in a couple of months. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Andrew Darling.
The author of the new book, Sweet Tea, recently performed a few narratives at Lydia's Lounge. Patrick Johnson tells the story of gay black men of all ages. He gathered over 70 interviews with one purpose.
I wanted to create an archive of these stories because they hadn't been told before, and I wanted other people to know, other black gay men who, might be struggling with their sexuality, to know that they weren't alone.
Johnson is now moving his work to the stage for an upcoming show in Chicago.
Families who receive services from the Peoria Crittenton Center may soon see a walking trail next door. High school softball players broke ground to start a nature trail. The Glenbrook South Titan varsity team banded together to build a garden overhang supported by pillars to give the path an entrance shade. The entrance is finished, but the path will take 2 years to complete. Local businesses and schools will be participating in the endeavor. And now we have Midstate Magazine's Tara Jabari on set with a spokesperson for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender rights. Tara.
I'm here with the president of Bradley University's Common Ground, Michelle Dukes. Michelle, thank you for coming. Can you explain what Common Ground is?
Common Ground is Bradley's Gay-Straight Alliance on campus.
Okay. And the Day of Silence is coming up on April 16th. Can you explain the purpose of it?
The Day of Silence is a day dedicated to gay, transgender, lesbian, and questioning students who feel they have been harassed or name-called in any way. And the Day of Silence is a day where people basically just take a vow of silence in honor of them for that day.
And what is Common Ground preparing to do for that event?
During the day, we'll be in the Student Center all day, passing out information and having people sign petitions and things like that, and taking, if they feel like it, taking their vow of silence. And then later on that night, at around 5 o'clock, we will have a speaker, a Bradley student, actually a Bradley graduate, sorry, talk about his struggles being openly gay on campus.
Well, thanks for coming. If you'd like to know more about this upcoming event, visit their website, dayofsilence.org. Now for sports.
Thanks, Tara. Hello there, sports fans. Drew Tate here with your updates in sports. The Bradley University's women's golf team improved 25 strokes in the final round of the Saluki Invitational to finish in 5th place. Junior Brianne Neufeld shot a 1-over par 73 at Hickory Ridge Golf Course to lead the Braves to a 306 team score. That gave Bradley a 637 total in the 2-day 15-team tourney. Neufeld tied for 9th place at 12 over 156. And last week, we discussed the success of the Richwoods High School basketball team. Senior point guard Tylan Deal is now being recognized for his efforts. He is the 2010 Journal Star Player of the Year, the 6th honoree from Richwoods in the 20-year history of the Big School Award. The 6-foot guard led Richwoods to a #1 state ranking and runner-up finish in the Class 3A state finals. Deal averaged 12 points and 4 rebounds for a team that had 6 different leading scorers this season. Statistically, his numbers didn't stand out, but once the basketball was in the air, it wasn't difficult to see that Tylon Deal was the best player on the floor in the Peoria area. And Bradley senior Chris Roberts competed in the dunk contest at the State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championships last Thursday night at Bracketttown in Indianapolis. The annual contest is part of the NCAA Final Four weekend activities. Roberts appeared on ESPN SportsCenter's Top 10 Plays 4 times during his 2-year BU career. 3 of those were dunks, the most recent being his rebound jam against Creighton in the Missouri Valley Conference quarterfinals on March 5th. Roberts is the second Bradley basketball player in 5 seasons to be selected to participate. And that's it for sports. Back to you, Ashley.
Thanks, Drew. A Pennsylvania man was arrested for trying to revive a dead possum. Donald Wolf was spotted on a highway giving mouth-to-mouth to the animal. Some witnesses reporting seeing Wolf gesturing as if he were conducting a seance.
Well, that's all for the news. I'm Cody Brutlock.
And I'm Ashley Edlin.
And I'm Drew Tate. Be sure to join us next week.
Thanks, Cody, Ashley, and Drew. And I believe Chris Roberts got second in the slam dunk contest, which that's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really good publicity for Bradley.
Do you know him personally?
No, I don't.
I don't either. But he sounds cool, you know, he sounds cool.
So tell me a little bit more about the whole Google thing.
Yes, I attended the Google thing, as you might have seen. It was a really cool event. It was a nice party. I got some free chicken strips, and that's always a good thing. It was very interesting to see how Google could change the Peoria area. I mean, I think a lot of Peoria is used to having one internet provider, really, like, you know, monopolize. And my internet service provider does not provide me with 1 gigabit of broadband. That's insane. I could download so many movies, or just whatever you need to do.
Well, actually, speaking of April Fools and Google, did you know that there was a prank played where Google and Topeka switched their names?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was a big deal. There were a lot of people who were really confused when they logged on to Google and were transferred over.
I wonder if that really affected anyone, like any, you know, grandparents driving to meet their family in Topeka. I don't know, maybe they drove across the nation. Who knows?
Miss Google.
I don't know. But you might be blindsided by this movie coming out on DVD. Emily?
Today's movie in review is the true inspirational story of the year, The Blind Side, which is newly released on DVD.
He's been enrolled in 7 different institutions, including a gap of 18 months around the age of 10, when he apparently didn't attend school at all.
I tell you, most kids with his background wouldn't come within 200 miles of this place.
Class, this is Mike Orr, and he's new here, so I expect you all to make him feel welcome.
Hi.
Smile at him. It lets them know you're their friend. I'm Sean.
The Blind Side recounts the tough and emotional road that Michael Orr has been through during his life. Michael Orr, played by Quentin Aaron, has no friends, no family, and no home until one day he is taken in by the Toohey family. From there, his life begins to turn around. Not only was Michael's life affected, the Toohey family's was as well.
It kind of feels like they didn't know a piece was missing until Michael showed up and the family's now complete. I don't know if that's true, but in reading and the little bits that I heard left and right, it's almost like the universe created this family, got it going, they were doing great, and they were having all the success and the joy in the world, but something was missing. And then Michael showed up, and that was sort of the final piece to the puzzle.
Sandra Bullock, who plays Michael's adoptive mother, Leanne Toohey, won the Oscar for Best Actress for that role. Not only did she do a great job, Tim McGraw, Quentin Aaron, and Jay Head, to name a few, did a fabulous job with their roles as well.
This team is your family, Michael. When you look at him, you think of me, how you have my back. Are you going to protect the family, Michael?
Yes, ma'am.
SJ, you're going to want to get this.
Who's the big guy eating with your little brother?
It's his big brother. I think what you're doing is so great.
Sandra Bullock.
Hey, you're changing that boy's life.
No. He's changing mine.
The Blind Side is one of the best movies of the year. It has all the elements: funny, sad, inspirational, and overall a great movie.
One of those movies you can't go wrong with. This is a movie about giving hope and second chances. Overall, I'll give The Blind Side 4 out of 5 stars. So pick this movie up for a good movie night in. For Get Real, I'm Emily Hart.
Thanks, Emily. Actually, I have heard both sides of the opinion about this movie. I have heard so many wonderful things. I mean, there were a lot of nominations and awards that actually happened because of this movie, but also people don't believe the story is realistic, and I have yet to see it, so I myself can't really say anything.
I haven't seen it either. I'm not exactly a fan of Sandra Bullock. I've seen so many of her romantic comedies, I feel kind of indoctrinated, like, Sandra Bullock, she's everywhere. I mean, what do you think?
This one didn't look like a
Well, clearly it's not a
romantic
romantic comedy, but still, I mean, at least I guess she's proving she has range now as an actress.
Well, she's done other movies too, isn't she, in Speed?
I don't know. Is it a romantic comedy?
No, that's not. That's an action movie.
I don't know. It could have been a
I
romantic
think
comedy.
she's proven a lot of different aspects to it.
Okay, well, I'll put aside my differences, and I guess I'll rent The Blind Side.
I think that would be a wise choice. Now, what about entertainment here in Peoria?
I don't know. There's a lot to do. I mean, we've got theaters.
We have a lot of theaters here, which is really cool.
We've got the Peoria Players Theater. We've got Cornstalk. There's the Apollo.
And there's also Bradley University's theater.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot, but Cornstalk Theater is a great place to enjoy and play, and there's nice weather. Gabrielle?
Want to catch some fresh air while also catching a show? Then consider checking out Peoria's only outdoor community theater, Cornstalk.
Cornstalk staged its premiere production in 1954 at Detweiler Park, and in 1955 it moved to its current location in Laura Bradley Park.
Gretchen Iben, who was a professor at Bradley University at that time, had recently become versed in a form of theater called Theater in the Round, and she wanted to try it out somewhere in Peoria. So she and a group of people, including Richard Chandler and some other prominent Peoria people, got together and formed Cornstalk Theater.
Cornstalk's Theater in the Round offers audiences a unique viewing experience from all angles of production, and it kicks off its summer season June 4th.
First one is The King and I. The second is Do Black Patent Leather Shoes Really Reflect Up? The third slot, we're going to produce Les Miserables, and then our fourth slot is a Neil Simon comedy that's called Fools. And then we're going to end up our season with a show that's called Curtains. This is the prettiest place to see theater in Peoria. So when the summer night is nice and temperate and there's no storm and the speedway isn't going, this is possibly the most enchanting place in Peoria. It's really beautiful here on a summer night.
Ticket prices range between $12 and $18 for adults and $10 and $12 for students. For more information, visit cornstalktheater.org. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Gabrielle Balzell.
Thanks, Gabrielle. That really seems like a neat place. I usually have done theater indoors, but to experience theater outside, like it was done in the olden days when they didn't really have much lighting equipment.
Yeah. Have you been to the Cornstalk Theater?
No, I haven't.
I've been, but I didn't go to the outside part. They have an indoor area too, where they still do theater in the round, but it's indoors, because it was cold outside, and it's really a good experience. It's different from the proscenium arch type of theater we're all used to.
Yeah, and there's really a lot of different characteristics to it, but it's really good to go see and experience the differences, and they have a great lineup this summer too.
Yeah, it sounds really good. When I went, I saw the child's production of Alice in Wonderland.
Okay.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. So.
The theaters here in Peoria are magnificent.
Yes, we might not be Broadway or Chicago, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
We do have a lot of really good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is there any theater you'd like to see if you go to the Cornstalk? Any of those really stand out? Like, are you a Les Miserables fan?
I love Neil Simon.
Yeah?
I absolutely love Neil Simon. So the fact that they have Fools playing, that would definitely be my top pick.
Oh, okay. You might have to go. Now, if you're a fan of the White Stripes, you're in luck. This On the Beat is just for you.
For a band with 6 studio albums, it is almost surprising that the White Stripes have never released an official live compilation. Until now. Under Great White Northern Lights is a special album for 2 reasons. Along with this complimentary DVD, it marks a countrywide tour of Canada, where the band played in every province and territory, being the first band in history to do so. The band also celebrated the 10-year anniversary from when they played their first concert, reminding us just how long the White Stripes have been a staple in authentic riff-based rock and roll. Before diving into the live album, forget everything you know about their studio recordings. If you've ever seen the White Stripes live, you know to expect unstoppable and untamed energy coming out of Jack White. It's louder and more frenetic than any album recording, and there are some refreshing surprises. The live album features tracks spanning their entire discography, with White adding some new verses and sounds to some classy singles like Icky Thump. The album is overall much more raw and gritty than anything they've ever put out, and all the best songs appear. Seven Nation Army sounds fantastic, and the crowd really gets into it by chanting along with that familiar and infectious riff. The album is great by itself, but to get the full experience, be sure to check out the documentary and concert DVD of the same name. For On the Beat, I'm Elizabeth Scoville.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Yeah, the White Stripes. Have you ever heard the White Stripes, Becca?
I've heard a little bit of them, yes.
I mean, any well and decent human being has heard the song Seven Nation Army. I mean...
I don't know songs by their titles.
Ah, okay. Well, you know, I'd sing it for you, but I'm not as good as Jack White. He's kind of got this thing going on, Seven Nation Army.
He's pulling out the air guitar.
Yeah, well, I got my air guitar out, you know.
Did you get it out of the shop then?
I did. I got it out of the shop. But, you know, it's out of tune. So, I mean, I would love to go see the White Stripes live. I would love it. But they haven't been in the area for a while, I think. So what am I going to do?
Actually, when my cousin and his friend were here, we listened to a lot of new music. That's what they do. My cousin is going to be going to school for music. He composes and everything, and he likes some of the heavier metal.
Yes.
And we actually were listening to a band called El Nino, and they were pretty good.
El Nino?
Yes.
What does that mean?
It's something in Spanish.
The Nino?
I'm a German-speaking person.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know either. But yeah, I think State of the Arts is going to be next, and I think that they're going to do something really cool.
What's so cool about State of the Arts this week?
I think that they're going to do some, maybe, I don't know, a special type of dance. So I love eating salsa and dancing to it. That's my hint, see? Let's check in with Simone.
Hello, and welcome to State of the Arts. I'm Simone Buckner. Today we have a couple who teaches salsa dancing all over the Peoria area. They are here tonight to talk about the dance and its importance to the Latin culture. Can you introduce yourself and everyone else, please?
Beverly Caballero, Ed Caballero, Dan Short, and Yolanda Grajera.
ALIS is a campus organization for Latin American students. Can you tell me more about them?
Well, I first became aware of ALIS back in November 2004 when we realized that they were having salsa dances or salsa instructions at Bradley. And then this past September, my husband and I were asked to put those lessons on for ALIS. And so we've been doing it since fall of 2009.
Why is salsa dancing recognized as an important part of the Latin community?
I feel that it's part of like a three-legged stool. When you look at a Latin American person, you look at their food, their politics or religion, and their music, okay? And to me, the music takes me back to my roots. It takes away stress and a whole lot of other things that, you know, I can go into, but I won't now.
Thank you. Ed and Beverly, along with the help of their salsa students, will be dancing to a song entitled Africa Salsera.
En la costa de África zarpaban las carabelas, luego esos navios negreros llegaban a Cartagena. Allí desembarcó un pueblo que nos contagió la rumba, nos enseñó los pregones, el guaguancó y la tumba. Luego esos pueblos viajaron hacia tierras diferentes, fueron al Pacífico y a todo el suroccidente. Por eso es que en el Cauca, en el Valle del Chocó y en el Bajío Caribe, la gente tiene sabor, un sabor que viene de África
That was wonderful. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Yes. Ed and Beverly teach at the Contemporary Arts Center every first and third Friday of the month. To learn more about opportunities to see them dance and teach, you can email them at salsadj@comcast.net. Thanks for watching. I'm Simone Buckner, leaving you with this. Martha Graham once said, "Dance is the hidden language of the soul."
Thanks, Simone. And that was some pretty great salsa dancing. I actually like to salsa dance myself, so maybe I'll have to go check it out.
Yes, it looked delicious as it sounded, so.
All guys are all about food. No, actually, I salsa dance throughout the summer usually with some friends. So
Oh, yeah, and,
really
and
neat.
how did you pick that up?
Actually, my friend went off to college. He went to their salsa dancing classes there, and we'd always done some swing before. And we came back and we're like, let's change it up. And he started teaching us the stuff that he was learning at school. And it's quite a big group. A lot of times we have an entire living room with all the furniture pushed back full. And then people are outside. And sometimes we'll also do swing too. So people are outside learning like lifts and jumps. And it's really neat.
Okay, so maybe you can answer my question. Is it called salsa dancing because you get so sweaty while you do it?
No, that's probably not the case.
Okay.
I mean, maybe it's got that fire and spice of life to it.
Well, I don't mean to bring it back to food, but I'm a guy, so I gotta do this.
Yes.
What kind of salsa can you tolerate? Like, I'm talking edible salsa, not the dancing type. You know, are you kind of like a hot, kind of a hot salsa taker, or?
I used to not be able to eat hot salsa at all. I've gotten to the point where I've progressed to hotter things I can handle, but I like having a good flavor, if anything else. We actually make homemade salsa, so we make it to our liking.
Well, that sounds delicious. If it's not hot enough to cause me major pain, it's just not hot enough. So, I mean, I don't even know what to do.
Okay.
So, yeah, well, we had a good show today. I'm going to go get some salsa. I'm Andrew Darling. Thanks for watching.
And